Hello there, welcome back to my travel channel. Today I'm going to take you to Peru. This is actually a request from one of my YouTube subscribers. And if you have any particular country in mind that you would like to see me feature here, do comment below. You probably have noticed that I have just started to make videos 2 weeks ago, and I certainly would love to remain in YouTube to make more videos to share with you. So people, I do hope that you would support me by subscribing to my channels if you enjoy watching my videos. In the year 2009, I had the chance to live in Chile for 4 months. I was a volunteer on the United Nations Development Program, where I was there for 4 months to teach English. And prior to that, I had no interest to learn Spanish at all. I must tell that though I had been to Argentina prior, I had been to Argentina for many times, but I never thought that I would love to immerse myself in this whole total new cultural environment, etc. Until after I left Chile, I started to fall in love with anything South American. Well, okay, come back to the topic here. I wanted to tell you how ignorant I was at that point of time. You see, at times we would go out together among us, a few of the volunteers, we would have coffee somewhere, and they were talking about going to Machu Picchu, Peru, to explore the Inca civilizations. To me, that didn't mean anything to me. It wasn't a thing that I had known before. Therefore, I was not keen. But every time they mentioned about going to Machu Picchu all the time. So one day I just Googled, hey, I thought, that sounds interesting, I must go too. So I started to sort of think I want to see Machu Picchu, but I had one problem. The road to Cusco was so winding. I read that a lot, and I knew that I couldn't survive that because I had, and I still have, motion sickness. So I thought, I don't think I wanted to go. I literally told them I would need a doctor if I were to go to Cusco on that winding road. I would be vomiting non-stop. I would need a doctor to take care of me. Joke aside, until one day, Mr. Wonderful from USA came visit. At first, that 2 weeks visit in Iquique was meant to be just coming to see me in Iquique. That was it. Because I thought that I had to be in school doing my volunteer duty. So I didn't plan anywhere to bring him around until I went out with this American volunteers. They told me, you just tell your principal that you're going to take this 2 weeks off, go to Peru, go Machu Picchu. I was like, oh, I can do that? We do that all the time, they told me. And I hesitated, but then okay, I did that. So I wrote a letter in Spanish. I did Google translation. I wrote to my principal. I handed it to him in person, and then he said, okay, sure, you will go. You know how I came about going on a shoestring vacation? When I say shoestring, I mean stayed in hostels with Mr. Wonderful. Because in that year 2009, when I first landed in Santiago for the very first time, I was brought to a hostel. That hostel was the venue where the Ministry of Education Chile in Santiago had booked for all the volunteers to stay in for the 2-week orientation. So that was my first experience staying at a hostel. And I thought, hey, hostel was quite a fun place, especially for the youngsters. Like most of the volunteers, most of them were fresh graduates. Okay, I'll show you some photos for now. Story later. This is in Cusco. We spent 3 days in Cusco. Oh, I want to show you. I bought this in Cusco. I still have it with me after so many years. See, this is a souvenir. It's a backpack, a very nice one, handmade, totally handmade. I still use it. Precious souvenir from Cusco. And I also have this. Let me put that on for you to see. Okay. And it's double-sided. You can turn around like this. I bought two. I couldn't find the other one. I found this. Okay. Now I look like an Incan princess. Inca Cusco altitude. Cusco. Let me see. Its elevation is 3,399 meters. That's about maybe 11,000 feet. It's quite high. Anyway, let me show you more photos. Oh, can you see this? The structure building behind this Plaza de Armas. On the first night we stayed in one hotel. The second night we moved here because it has always been my hobby. I love to move to hotel. The reason why I do this is because I want to get the chance to experience more hotel staying. One of these buildings behind is actually behind as where I am right now. It's actually in front of that Plaza de Armas is where we stay, and we were fortunate to get a room directly facing the Plaza de Armas. But I must warn you, it was extremely noisy because Plaza de Armas is a place that's full of activities with balcony, everything. I called it presidential suite because it was quite spacious. It was nice, very, very nice. Okay, back to the story. We started the trip from Iquique, taking a bus from Iquique to Arica. Arica is the border city in the northernmost of Chile. So it's just across the border of Peru. So we crossed the border, arrived in Tacna bus station. We bought our bus tickets there and then. We arrived in Arequipa. That was about maybe 7 hours. It's about that, 7 hours bus ride from Tacna to Arequipa. Arequipa is a very famous tourist attraction town as well. Actually, when we arrived in Arequipa, immediately I went to the bus tickets counter to buy our next day tickets to Cusco, and all those comfortable tourist bus tickets were sold. They only had no choice. They only had those, you know those local bus where they stopped along the way at each and every stop. That was the tickets left. So I took that. This morning we were on our way to Cusco. We just went along further out from Arequipa. I could sense the road was so winding. I actually started to vomit. I felt so sick, but fortunately I had a doctor with me, a personal doctor. And Cusco was a lovely place. I enjoyed the food. By the way, I love Peruvian cuisine. So we arrived at a railway station in Agua Caliente. Agua Caliente is the base town just below Machu Picchu. That is the town where you can't miss it. You have to be in Agua Caliente in order to go to Machu Picchu. Mr. Wonderful saw this little hill behind the railway station, just beside the railway station, showing you the photo here. We went for a walk a little bit, and then of course we walk around Agua Caliente and check out restaurants, had some good food. That was fun. And there were so many tourists in this town, full of tourists, and we love to go to cafe and watch people while having a drink. And the next morning we took the earlier shuttle bus from Agua Caliente up to Machu Picchu. That was just a short ride, like 10 or 15 minutes. This photo. On the way, going to the bus shuttle. I was so excited going to see Machu Picchu. There you are. I remember during that time the Machu Picchu entrance fee was 100 USD per person. I'm actually afraid of heights. Stay at a safe place will do. We actually finished the whole tour around Machu Picchu at about 1 p.m. We got in about 7 something. We spent the whole morning there. I think that was good enough for me. Okay, but some people stayed longer. We spent the whole morning in Machu Picchu. That was a nice tour around Machu Picchu. Then in the afternoon at about 1 something, we took the same shuttle bus heading down to Agua Caliente. We had a lunch there, walk around a little bit. Then we took a train, the same Peru Rail, the brand is Peru Rail train, back to Cusco, 3.5 hour ride. We arrived Cusco quite late, I think, maybe 9 now. The next morning, we took a flight out. This time, I didn't want to choose to be on a road trip anymore because we had done that on the way up. The purpose was to see the sceneries along the way. This time we flew out from Cusco to Tacna. From Tacna airport, we hired a limousine that brought us from Tacna all the way into Arica. Drop us at Arica bus station, bus terminal, where on the spot again, we got our bus tickets going back to Iquique, 4 hours bus ride, and arrived in Iquique late at night. That's it for my trip to Peru. A few days quick trip, but that was very memorable. I hope you enjoy listening to my narrations. So tell me, coming up next, where do you want me to take you to? Comment below and let me know. I'll see you in my next video. Ciao!